da hidai da ya yadai da hidai yadai da 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 ay yadai da hidai yai da da hidai da 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 yai da da ay ay da da yai da da ay, 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 ay. Yay, die, 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 die. Yay, die, 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 yay, die. Yay, die, die, dum. Yay, die, 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 die. Yay, die, 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 die. Yay, die, 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 dum. Yay, die, die, die. Yay, die, 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 die. Yay, die, 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 die. Yay, die, 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 dum. Yay, die, die, die. Ay, 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 ay. Yay, die, 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 die. Ay, die, 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 dum. Yay, die, die, die. Ay, 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 ay. Boker Tov, good morning. It is great to be with you this morning. It is not just Friday once more, because that's always good, right? When it gets to Friday, let's see the kids at the bus stop this morning, and everybody's smiling. I said, are we smiling because it's a sunny day out? We're smiling because it's Friday. No school tomorrow. Thought to myself, yep, to be a kid, how great that truly is. And so we're here. It's Friday. We are in the wilderness in Parshat Bamidbar still, and through the Shabbat. But also it is Yom Yerushalayim. It is Jerusalem Day today. And so there are so many pieces of our tradition that talk about Jerusalem, or the center. Where is our center? So the centeredness and the connection. So in this week's Parsha, the Torah does something intentional by organizing people, right? We talked about, taking a census. Who's here? Who's not? Who's checking in? Sound off, that kind of thing. And each tribe is given a place. Each group camps in a specific formation. And at the center of it all is the Mishkan, the tabernacle, the portable tent of meeting. It's not randomly placed off to the side, but at the very heart of the camp. And that tells us something important. The people did not just move through the wilderness. They moved around the center. Their lives were oriented around something meaningful, something grounding, something sacred. And the center of it all shaped it all. It shaped how they traveled and how they camped and how they understood themselves. And today we mark Yom Yerushalayim, Jerusalem Day. We're invited to reflect a similar idea. Jerusalem has always been more than a place. It's a center, a spiritual center, a historical center, a place that holds memory, longing, and identity. For generations, Jews have turned towards Jerusalem in prayer. They've spoke of it in times of joy. They've remembered it in times of loss. And it's never been just geography. It's been the orientation. But there's something that reflects this deep teaching, or the way the teaching deepens. Because Bamidbar, in the wilderness, doesn't just tell us to have a center. It shows us how to live in relationship to that center. The tribes are not on top of the Mishkan. They're not competing for it. They're not fighting over space and land yet. They're positioned around it. Each with their own place, each with their own identity, but all connected to the same shared. And maybe this is where the message of Yom Yerushalayim begins, especially today, especially why it's more meaningful, because Jerusalem holds so much. It holds beauty, it holds history, it holds hope, but it also holds complexity. It reminds us that the center is not always simple. It's not just the Mishkan in the middle. The question is not whether something is complex. The question is, does it still hold us together? Does it still give us a sense of connection, of belonging, of shared direction? So for those of you with any kind of social media, or for those of you, at least you connect to social media through this, so you must have something, or maybe you're just internet watchers, and that's awesome also. But there's something about when you watch videos or live streaming of the happenings at the Kotel, at the Western Wall, at the Wailing Wall in Jerusalem, when people gather. There's something to be said for just forget about the sound and the beautiful praying together. And yes, there's sometimes some unrest there, absolutely, and that's terrible. But when you see the gathering of people without the sound alone, to be together, does it still hold us together? Yes, because you feel a part of it even when you're watching it. It's this direction, connection, belonging. We belong to that, even though we're over here. Even though we all come from different sides of the aisle on different topics and things. But there's something still to be said that is the center. Because in a world that is so fragmented, having a center really matters. It's not as something we control, but as something that grounds us. And that becomes personal too. Because we ask ourselves, what's at the center of our lives? Are we orienting ourselves around our achievements or the distractions or the busyness or something deeper, like connection or meaning or values? Because when we're close to our center, we find a place of purpose. But when we lose our center, everything feels kind of scattered. And then when we return back to it, even in the wilderness, Bamidbar, even in the wilderness, there's direction again. Jerusalem must not be lost to pride or to vanity. As Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel, Zichrono Livracha, of blessed memory, said, all of Jerusalem is a gate, but the key is lost in the darkness of God's silence. Let us light all the lights. Let us call all the names to find a key, because each name matters. And the key is that key to that sacred center of Jerusalem. We ask ourselves, what is at the center of our lives in this moment? Does it ground you, or does it pull you in a million directions? Parshat Bamidbar and Yom Yerushalayim remind us that we all need a center. Something that holds us, something that orients us, something that reminds us of who we are. May we find our way back to what grounds us. May we honor the centers that connect us. May we live lives where we are building individually and together the roots in something meaningful and something enduring. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. We'll be back here, of course, tonight at 6:30. How wonderful it is to be with all of you. Margaret, Rabbi Jay, and Bet, whoever else is watching or those that will watch later on. Shabbat Shalom. Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, 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 Am Yisrael Chai. O Ravinu Chai.